That's unfortunate.
What's
All
up,
right, we're
guys? It's
live.
your boy Mayhem Matthew. We are live on
By the
touchdowns.
way, forget the intro. Like, are y'all watching this Florida State game? That's why I took the intro off here. Was that a catch or not?
It definitely wasn't a catch. Come on. Also, we
That
got
ball's open.
another guy, um, Penn State man on today. So
hmm hmm Second overtime here with Florida State, who's ranked 8th in the nation. Virginia unranked, but 3-1. And it's 4th and 12. This is your ball game here, as it's currently an 8-point lead for Virginia, and he heaves it deep. Intercepted. Oh my God. Tear down the goalpost. Dude, as soon as it was caught, they hauled tail on that field. You see how fast those guys were? Oh my God. 2 overtimes.
Well, yep. Florida State over
Your
with.
season is up. Your season is
Florida
up.
State is done now. Yeah, they can't beat Miami not like
Oh
that.
my. Oh my God. This
They're
is
not down.
awesome.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. Hey, at least they got more than 2 wins this year on their season, so that's good. They improved.
Oh.
They're
Well,
3 and
that's
1.
better
They're
than two
3
and
and
ten. Now they're
1.
gonna go to 3-9.
Now they're gonna go 3-9.
Oh God.
Okay. 2 overtimes. Virginia pulls it off, 46-38. They are storming that field. Mayhem, how much of this game did you get to watch tonight, and what are your overall immediate reactions?
pretty much all of it, except for the first quarter. But I pretty much watched the rest of it. But yeah. So my reaction is as follows. Thought Virginia was going to pretty much run away with this. I didn't even think it would go into overtime. Virginia started off really hot. Um, so Virginia started off really hot, 14-0, got up early, and then Florida State started coming back. They got 14 of their own, tied it up 14-14. Florida State even took the lead to get 21-14. Virginia, right before the half, took it and tied the ball game up halftime. So my thoughts kind of on that was like, okay, we see a Florida State team that started slow. They're going to eventually probably pull away and win, right? That's kind of what my first thought was, that Virginia was going to run away with this 14-0. But then once Florida State started to climb back, I was like, okay, Florida State's going to win this, no problem. Virginia sucks, which, by the way, I want to say this real quick. My thoughts on Virginia has not changed just because they beat Florida State. Virginia still sucks. Okay. I just want to throw that out there.
It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, this is like that. You remember that one year in 2017 when Syracuse didn't really have a good season, but they found a way to beat Clemson? I know I'm kind of comparing ACC to ACC here, but like, Vandy, how many games did they win last year? 7.
Yeah.
They still beat Alabama. They weren't great. Now they look better this year, I think. But either way,
Well,
I would say this. I would say you have a bad night sometimes, and it's always weird
exactly.
on college football Friday night. Friday nights are so weird in college football, man. We got
But
another great game going on with
why I mean,
Clemson.
I understand why people were definitely hyping up Florida State, because they beat Bama. But,
Mhm.
that was week 1. And I think y'all wasn't ready, of course. Y'all not gonna be ready tomorrow either, but ain't nothing
See,
new.
we'll talk
But
about it. We'll talk about it.
anyways, we'll get to that later. But my whole thoughts is, after halftime, I was thinking like, wow, tie ball game. Um, you know, the first half had me thinking, okay, Virginia's going to win, and then Florida State just was slacking off in the beginning. They're going to win, and then after halftime, I was like, man, this is going to be a close game, which it ended up being a close game, and I thought I was waiting on the Florida State to kind of pull away, but they never did. I'm currently watching the Houston Oregon State game, by the way, but
me too.
I is second and goal here, but anyways, so I was kind of waiting on the the Florida State pull away, and I never got it, obviously.
Mhm.
So that was kind of my reaction, is like, wow, they didn't pull away. That was basically my reaction to the whole game in a nutshell. Like, wow, Florida State never did pull away.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised. I get in a game like this, if you go up early, and maybe it looks like it's gonna be back and forth, but then you pull away, which is what should have happened. But credit to Virginia, man. I mean, they look like a hell of a team tonight, man.
Also, I want to throw this in here. Florida State's defense, garbage.
Yeah, I know. I know. Offense
Yeah.
looked pretty good though. I'll give their offense credit. Tommy Castellanos,
Had
Deuce
zero.
Robinson.
How many? Did he end up getting one touchdown?
He got a rushing and he got a passing.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
he
he
had
got.
but he had 2 picks. He did have 2 picks.
Yeah. Well, one
So,
was kind of like he just threw it up. That was a prayer. I mean
yeah,
that
didn't see it coming.
yeah. I mean he just kind of threw it up there and was praying that somebody would catch it. I mean, that I don't really count that as his fault as an interception. Yeah, it goes on your record, of course, but honestly, don't really count that as an INT in my book, anyways. I mean, that's at the end of the game. You're desperate, you're throwing it, and you're going to come down with whatever you get. But if they would have called it, then he would look like a genius. So touchdown Oregon State to go up first in the game. Jake Rochelle 1 yard touchdown. So, anyways, you know what I noticed about Oregon State? All these guys got long hair. They're like the
And
rock
they're dressed
band.
up like a bunch of pumpkins too.
They're like
That's Halloween colors.
they're like the rock and roll band of college football.
Yet the other orange and black state team, Oklahoma State, which shout out to them. Mike Gundy's the one that looks like he's in a rock and roll band.
Yeah, he got fired.
He did get fired. Credit to him. I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on that firing? You think they did the right thing?
I don't.
Me neither.
I think
I
they
mean,
should.
after
I
everything
think.
he's done, like you should at least let the season play out.
Well, yeah, I do think you should have let the season play out, or just fired him last year after the season if you wanted to start over. Your team was going to be butt cheeks.
Yeah.
You looked at that team practice and you're like, man, that's not going to be good. I mean, you knew that. So yeah, I think they should have let the man go before the season started. They should have got a new guy in there, but you wait until midway through the season to fire. Well, not even halfway through the season to fire the guy when you knew this was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen. It ain't like you didn't know. You knew it. You seen the practice. You seen all them interceptions that quarterback was throwing on practice field.
Right.
You seen all the fumbles that was happening. You knew they were going to be straight booty cheeks. And you still trotted them out there. So yeah, I don't think it was. I think it was wrong. And he's been there for like what, 22 years, 21, 22 years. Bro only had one losing season in 22 years. Only one. And he was headed for another losing season here. But I guess, they went ahead and let him go so it wouldn't tarnish that feature, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing they let him go so that he wouldn't have another losing season. He can say that he was there for 21 or 22 years with only one losing season. So for 20 straight years, he never had a losing season. Last year was his first losing season. So, I mean, I guess, to not tarnish his, I don't know, tarnish his, amazing stat line there. I guess, that's okay, I guess. But I still think bro
Yeah,
should have played out the rest of the season and they let him go. Or at least, you know, go ahead and get another go ahead and get the interim head coach. Let him know that he won't be going on for next season and at least start teaching the next coach or the interim coach, even if he doesn't end up becoming the new coach, but just kind of, mentor the next guy or whatever, right?
for sure.
Or I
I
don't know.
agree.
But
Yeah.
I just think that he also didn't like the new age of college football with NIL and transfers. So he is in the same boat as Dabo.
hmm
Only difference is that I don't know if Clemson will ever let go of Dabo, especially not mid-season like that. I don't know if who does Clemson play this week? I don't know. I really don't.
I think, are they not on a bye? Hold up. Let me see.
I know Florida's on a
Uh,
bye.
Clemson's on the bottom.
Florida's on a bye.
Yeah, Clemson's on a
Clemson
bye.
is. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So you think they'll lose to the bye week?
Maybe. I mean, chances are they probably don't even cover the spread.
Okay. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, let's talk about what everybody, all two people that's in here, came to listen to. Georgia versus Alabama.
Yep.
Let's
Well,
preview and
actually,
predict.
can we look at a couple of other games? You want to save that for last? Because there's
Sure.
also like Penn State, Oregon, and stuff. But we'll let's do this. Let's pull up the schedule, like overall, and then if a game sticks out to you, we'll talk about it.
All right. So let's do Penn State, Oregon. I'm bringing my phone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my friend, Penn State man. I guess that's what he wants to go by. Penn State man. Penn State man fan.
Just call me Penn State right, bro. I don't want to be called Penn State fan, man. Like, I'm not a, well, I'm a fan and a man.
All right.
Well, I got it pulled
Anyways,
up. What's your like before we get into spreads and stuff? Like you and your friend, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta help.
What's your
So
overall thoughts?
I'll go first, and then he has his own takes that I
Mhm.
want him to say. By the way, because I think they're very valid takes. We gotta introduce him to the show. He doesn't know this, but we make very hot takes here. Sometimes they come true, sometimes they are way wrong. Like my Florida State take from a long time ago, how they were butt cheeks and then they ended up going 13-0. But anyways, but I was right. The next year though, they went 2-10. Anyways,
Yeah.
and I was right about my hot take that if that quarterback went down, which
Class on us.
the other quarterback from a few years ago, but I was right about him in the fact that if for some reason he went down, that the Florida State team would look like cheese, and that's exactly what happened. So I was right on that. But anyways, back to this game: Penn State, Oregon. Now Oregon hasn't really been battle tested. Penn State, I wouldn't say they've been battle tested either, but
Mhm.
to me, these are two pretty evenly matched teams. Whenever I look at both of these teams, okay, so I would say they're very evenly matched. I mean, both has elite defenses. Both have, I would say Oregon has a slight better offense, but I mean, I'm literally pulling hairs here. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
I think Oregon definitely has the better wide receivers. I think Penn State has the better running back. Quarterback, that is tough to say because how is Oregon's quarterback going to play against a Penn State defense? That's my biggest question. Once I see him play a little bit, then I'll be able to make my fair judgment on him. We've seen Drew Aller play in big time games. We've seen him win big time games. And we've seen him lose big time games. We literally seen Drew Aller lose to Oregon last year in the Big Ten title game, which didn't end up hurting them. They went on to the playoffs and made it further than Oregon last year, albeit they did have the easier route to get to the championship. Playing Boise State and SMU, and then running into Notre Dame and losing, but. Yeah, so this is a very evenly matched team. Two teams are really evenly matched. I would say slight better defense. Like I said, I'm really pulling hairs here. So slight better defense. I'm going to say Penn State. Slight better offense. I'm saying Oregon. Who's going to get the last stop? Who's going to make one more touchdown? This might even go into overtime. We might see a very, very defensive battle, and this is going to be really hard to predict, honestly, because I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the home team here. I am gonna go with the home team. It is a whiteout, very, very rough environment, very loud environment. Top 3 loudest crowds in college football. Whiteout game. It's going to be very hard for Oregon. Oregon needs to silence the crowd early. So if Oregon wants to win, they have got to play very fast ball. They've got to score early, get the crowd out of it, get the whole entire crowd completely out of it. And then they need to stop Penn State, force a turnover so the crowd can be completely dead. Oregon's got to get up, 10-0 or something like that, whatever, 10-14-0. And then I think, Oregon should be fine. But if Penn State gets up 7, 10, 14, whatever, Oregon might be cooked. It's just, because college football is a momentum sport. So if Penn State already is the home team, they're going to have the home field advantage for sure. The crowd is going to be energetic for sure. It's a night game for sure. Energy. The energy is going to be there. By this time, all the fans are going to be drunk. It's just going to, whiteout is going to be obnoxious, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're already going to have the momentum going into this game. They lost last year. This is their revenge game, and it's going to matter most to Penn State. And that's why I'm going with Penn State to win this game. I'm going to say 27 for Penn State. 27-24 in a very close, could be. I'm not going to predict overtime, even though I would really love to pick overtime, but 27-24, give me the Lions. And I'm gonna pass it over to my friend. And let him tell you.
All right.
Well, you obviously know as the Penn State man, right? I have to
Yeah.
pick Penn State. There's no way I'm not picking Oregon. I can't let them do this to me like they did me last year. Um so here's my thoughts, right? I have been watching the games for Penn State, and if I said one thing that would concern me, uh
Yeah.
Drew Allard. So I just hope man doesn't throw an interception. That's all. Because last game, I don't know if you watched it against what team was that? It's like Villanova or something like that. Nora? I don't
Villanova. They're a
Villanova.
basketball school.
Okay. Yeah. He was that almost got picked off like multiple times. That's about it. I feel like if he just, tries not to just randomly throw it out there, he should be fine. I
Yeah.
haven't looked at anything for Oregon yet. I know our defense and our defense is like really good. I know our offense is insane too when they want to be. They're going to have to be when they're going against Oregon. Um, I don't know as much as Matt does, but I know. I guess I want to say what's his name, Dante Moore, the Oregon
Yeah.
quarterback. Um, really scary. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, running quarterback, and I know Penn State. I don't know how to say it, but I don't know how Penn State's going to do against that. That's something that they haven't been against this year. So, guess we just going to have to see, right?
Yeah. You gotta just kind of take it one play at a time in this game. I mean, I like Penn State to win. I don't remember what I had score prediction wise. I think I had like 34-30, 34-31. I think it'll be close, but I feel like it's going to come down to who plays better in the trenches defensively. And I feel like
Yeah.
Penn State's been that team this year, and
Hmm.
overall, I think it can show up Saturday night.
Yeah. I mean, I am worried, but I do believe Penn State is going to win. I like to lay out the worries before, so I know, like, just in case. When we went to the
Hmm.
Georgia and Tennessee game, I told them like my worries about Georgia against Tennessee. I told them, yeah, they're going to go against a loud crowd. It's up to how the offense plays against a loud crowd, and I mean that's how it is going to be for Oregon. How if they're going to be able to handle that crowd, I call it crowd control. That crowd
Yeah,
control that Penn State got. Um, I mean, if they can't handle it, and then they start, getting offsides and false starts, it's over for Oregon. I mean, it don't
now
matter. Like,
let
hmm?
me ask you a question real quick though,
Okay,
as a Penn State fan. So the thing going into last season was James Franklin can't win a big game. Even though it had to fall in their favor with Ohio State losing to Michigan, just call it what it is. Stuff played out for them to get to the Big Ten title. You kept
uh-huh.
it really close. You won a couple playoff games. I had asked someone in an interview the other day this same question, but do you feel like it's kind of turned a little bit and you can trust him in a big game now?
Yes, yes, I feel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
If I mean, I'll say it.
Well, let me add something, right?
Okay.
I also will agree with the Penn State fan, right?
Hmm.
I'll definitely agree with him because number one, I mean, yeah, they had the easier path to the championship last year, but it was the playoff games. They won. They number one, they took Oregon all the way down to the wire in a very very close game in the Big Ten championship, and then they won two consecutive playoff games to make it to the semifinals. If they would have beat Notre Dame, they would have been in that national championship. So, yes,
Yeah.
of course, uh, me and Penn State man, both of us definitely agree that they could definitely take it to the next level. I mean, we've seen head coaches like Ohio State last year, right? Ryan Day
Yeah.
never won a national championship until this past year. Um, Harbaugh, I believe he won his first national championship at Michigan, right?
Yeah.
A few years back. So we're starting to see the era of first time head coaches. Even a few years ago, I know Kirby Smart has two of them now, but even in like 2021, that was his first national championship. It took him 6-7 years to get there. So this definitely could be the year for James Franklin. You know, I at the beginning of the season I was stupid and I picked Texas, but I don't think that's my choice anymore. But I'm still rolling with it because that was my choice, right?
Yeah.
That's Steve Sarkisian, another guy that hasn't won a national championship. So we're starting to see these head coaches that are first time national championship winners, and this is kind of the era of that. And it's not going to always be uh, I know Nick Saban's retired, but it's not always going to be Nick Saban anymore. It's not always going to be Kirby Smart. It's not always going to be Dabo Swinney. Of course, football's done passed him up. So
Yeah. Right.
so I think this is now the college football that we live in. There's going to be first time national championship winners. There's going to be upsets in college football, especially in the playoffs as well. You know, so you could definitely see James Franklin win a national championship for sure. And honestly, this this type of college football that we live in now benefits James Franklin because if it wasn't like this, Lord knows he wouldn't be competing with the Georgias and Alabamas of the world, especially if Nick Saban never retired. So he would all and if we never had a 12-team playoff that also benefits James Franklin, by the way, you would never even get past Ohio State or Michigan. So
Yeah.
because they would always be third place like they normally are. And I mean, yes, back in the was it the 80s, Penn State won national championships. Yes, I get it, and they were really good. Uh, you know, I believe they were like when yeah in the 90s, they were really good, and they're really good now. They're elite, but my biggest question, Mark, heading into this game, and I do agree with Penn State man, Drew Aller. How is he going to look? He's not really a mobile quarterback. He's, you know, if you make him, if you rattle him, you sack him, cause him to force a interception or whatever, then I'm gonna be worried because then I don't know if Bro's gonna under pressure put it all together, right? But
Yeah.
he's gonna have the crowd on his side. Have a pretty good offensive line this year. Have great running back, wide receivers. I think they did upgrade from last year, but because didn't they get a that Ohio State wide receiver? What's his name? I'm drawing a blank right
Fleming.
now. Huh?
Julian Fleming.
Yeah, Julian Fleming. So he's like the best wide receiver they got. So he needs to show up and show out. And then they got great running backs. And Penn State pretty much always has great running backs year in and year out.
Yeah.
But
Nick Singleton, and Katron Allen. Don't forget those names.
yes,
They're good, man.
Nick Singleton did good last year too.
Heck yeah.
So
Katron
uh,
Katron did pretty good too, but obviously it seemed like 85% of the snaps went to Nick Singleton. But it's interesting when you have a two-back system like Penn State does.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're just like Georgia or Alabama. They all they rotate backs pretty often. To keep them healthy and keep their legs strong.
Oregon play? Like, what's Oregon's style of playing?
Oregon, their style is very fast paced.
Mhm.
Not as fast as Tennessee, obviously every 20 seconds, but very
They're
fast.
heavy on quarterback. They are
Yeah,
really heavy on quarterback.
yeah, very much like that. run. They run with the quarterback a lot. They rely on their quarterback a lot too. They got a lot of great weapons at wide receiver as well. They love slinging the ball around. They love throwing the ball. I think as far as offense go, their weakness probably would be running the ball, and I don't know if you would call that a weakness because they're pretty good at that too. But that would be their downfall is running the ball. But definitely rely on their quarterback to make big plays. I guess the big play abilities that Oregon has is what makes Oregon Oregon. They love to spread the defense out and go downfield, throw it for 50, 40, 50 yards downfield. That's their style. And don't see anybody open, then a quarterback takes off and scores. And I said that just as Oregon State scores. That's funny, but they are up 14-0. Is this like the night of upsets? Because Oregon State is 0-4.
No,
They haven't won a game yet. So is this going to be their first game?
they're bad. It might be, but they have had a really rough year. Houston 3-0,
so
but
both teams are very quick. Okay. So it's two quick teams going against each other, like two Tigers going against.
Yeah, two really quick teams going against each other, but two really elite defenses. So that's why I predicted 27-20 27-24 because they are going to score points. You're not going to hold these two offenses, but they have elite defenses, and with the addition of my boy at defense coordinator, I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank on his name. Jim Knowles. Yeah, that's my boy. I have loved Jim Knowles. I don't know, Ballard, if you know this, but I was talking about Jim Knowles on YouTube whenever bro was at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I love me some Jim Knowles, and I told everybody,
hey, Jim knows what he's doing.
yeah, really? Yeah,
man.
But the addition of Jim Knowles, you see what he did with Ohio State. Before he got to Ohio State's biggest problem was not offense; it was defense. They looked just like Southern Cal does now. Had really elite offense, no defense. Jim Knowles got there, turned it around in literally one season. And it's not going to be that much of a turnaround for Penn State because Penn State already had an elite defense as it was. It's just going to be better. So this is definitely going to be a defensive battle, but you're not going to be able to stop two elite offenses as well. So you can't really make a mistake here. And the reason why I'm saying Penn State is going to win is if this was in Eugene, I'm saying Oregon's going to win. But since this is in, since this is home field advantage, since this is in Happy Valley, I'm saying give me the white team.
Yes. I agree. The white team will win.
Wow. White team, really? I know that makes it worse than Oregon.
Hey, just so we're clear, Mayhem started that. So blame him, not me.
I seen something on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Now this is a joke, guys. Don't Anyways, this is just a joke, right? But I seen this on Twitter that somebody edited out like whiteout. They edited out the out part and they put whites only.
Oh my god.
I thought that was funny. I mean, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Get over it. But
I bet it was like it's like, hey man, that's racist. Yeah, fool. But it's funny, huh?
It's not fair. You can't tell me I can't be Penn State, man.
But let's move on to the next. What's another game for tomorrow?
uh, that's the only big one, right? Wink, wink. No, I'm just kidding. We will talk Bama and Georgia tonight,
LSU
but
versus
let's
LSU
look
Ole
at
Miss.
LSU Ole Miss. Let's
yeah.
do it. I was gonna say I do want to look at one in Utah, West Virginia, but let's do LSU Ole Miss. This is offense at its peak. Let's go.
Is it though?
Maybe. I don't know. How do you feel?
LSU's offense is garbage.
I feel like LSU's offense.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's
Gus
true.
Gus
That's
Nut
true.
Gus Nuss,
Defense,
Nussmeyer
defense
is a.
though. Yeah,
Can somebody explain the fall off of Gus Nussmeyer from last year to this year? What in the world is bro's problem?
I have no idea.
Gus Nussmeyer was Heisman material at the end of last year. This year, bro is just a middle of the road, average mid quarterback. What is going on?
Mid. I don't know.
I mean, what you
So I don't know if it's just the offensive scheme that bro is in. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if I just somebody, you know, do a science project on that and try to figure that out. But
feel like bro came.
I feel like LSU's defense wasn't that good a couple years ago, and literally the team flip flop. Their defense is top 5 in the country right now, and LSU's offense is there. They're just there.
It's opposite day, huh? Well, opposite
Yeah.
year.
It's opposite year
Yeah.
for the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers.
Yeah.
But
So with that being said, you
I'm
talked about
trying.
them
I'm trying to
being
preview and I'm trying to preview the teams. What are you doing?
well. I was
Ole
trying to
Miss.
work on my I'm trying to work on my interview skills. So let me ask you the damn question.
Okay.
How do you feel about the Rebels?
Okay. So that's where I was getting to. But anyways, all right.
Yeah.
So Ole Miss. I'm gonna say this about Ole Miss: we haven't really seen Ole Miss play a top team yet. I mean, is that fair to say that? I mean, they're playing with
Yeah.
a second string quarterback that looks like Heisman material, but versus who?
The only team I can say, well, they've played two. So they have played two SEC teams. They are undefeated. I'll give them that. That's pretty good. They did play at Kentucky, where they won by 7, and then they won by 6 against Arkansas at home.
Hmm.
I don't want to say they're playing nobodies, but do we
Come on,
want to base
bro.
it off game? I don't want to base it off games like that. You didn't let me finish that.
Kentucky is my second favorite team. If Georgia packed up their bags and said no more college football for you, I'm a Kentucky neckbeard. That's literally what
All
I
right.
am.
All right.
And I'm gonna say this: I on YouTube, there's plenty of videos you can go back and watch on different people's channel, on this channel, on your channel, Ballard, on Rhett Talk's channel, on my channel. There's plenty of videos that state that I have taken up for Kentucky, and I will still take up for Kentucky if somebody talks bad about them. I only can talk bad about them. They're not good. Mark Stoops has overstayed his welcome. He is going to be the next Mike Gundy, and you know how that ended, right?
Yeah.
He got
We
the
just
boot.
saw it.
So,
Yeah.
Kentucky, your season's been over. It's over, and you know I don't want to base it off of them games either because football is a game of matchups. So
Right.
you know maybe Ole Miss matchups really well with LSU. And they normally do year in and year out. This game is always within one score. I've, you
Sure.
know, I think even whenever 2019 LSU, go back and look at the score. Ole Miss versus
Wasn't
LSU,
it
and
like, don't
it
tell me,
was
but wasn't it like 48-45 or something weird like that?
it was a very close game. Yeah.
Yeah, and there were a
So,
lot of points from both offenses
but if you go back and watch 2019 LSU, they blew out everybody except for Ole Miss.
and Bama
Well, and Bama, of course.
at the
But
end. At the end,
yeah,
at least 5
but
points.
you know, my point is, like, they've always, LSU and Ole Miss always give each other a hard time. This is going to be in Oxford,
Mm-hmm.
and so, you know, if this was, because this is what, 3:30 game,
Yep,
so it's going to be 2:30 their time, but
So afternoon.
yeah, it's going to be a 3:30 game. You know, I heard Lane Kiffin always complaining about, well, if this was Alabama, if this was Georgia, they would be getting the night game here. Are you serious, bro? Lane Kiffin, are you serious? Bro, how many night games has Georgia had in the last what, 3 or 4 years? 2?
Maybe.
So, all right, so what, the Mississippi State game was a night game a few years ago with Stetson Bennett. And then you had the Ole Miss game. By the way, Ole Miss, you had a night game with Georgia. You had that one, and then what was the other night games? I really can't. I really
Did you
don't
have
know.
one? I mean, you had a. You're talking about at home though, right? Not
Yes,
on the road. Oh,
I'm
at
not talking.
home, I'm not sure. You really don't get the luck of the draw there.
Exactly, but Lane Kiffin's over there saying, "Well, if this was Georgia or if this was Alabama, this would be a night game." Because
Mhm.
Ole Miss wants this to be a night game, but LSU, I don't think LSU has had a daytime game yet this whole season. Every single game has been a night game.
Yeah.
Florida was a night game. I can't remember everybody they played, but every single game they played so far, LSU's been a, yeah. Clemson was a night game.
LA Tech was.
Yeah, so they've had night games left, right, and center. So yeah, of course LSU needs a daytime game. Ole Miss, they have night games. I don't know what Lane Kiffin is crying about. He's probably, you know what? Just for that, I'm picking LSU to win this game, man. LSU's defense is top 5 defense. Nussmeier
I
has the
agree.
potential to score touchdowns on Ole Miss. Ole Miss has not been battle tested yet. Give me LSU to win just to shut up Lane Kiffin or make him talk even more. I don't really care. I just don't like his attitude. Bro's going to Florida anyways next year.
Did he confirm that on Theo Vaughn? I don't remember.
No, I confirmed that on the Christian Ballard Sports
Yeah.
channel, YouTube channel.
That's not even what I was asking, but okay. Hell.
All right, now if he
Who was
goes
that?
to
Who was that?
Florida,
Who was that? Who was that?
I confirmed that.
oh, I guess if he goes to Florida, they're just gonna pull up a video of you saying that. Oh,
I feel like he
Mhm.
could have got a touchdown there. Oh, we're watching. I'm watching
I
Houston's first and goal, though.
I made the wrong
Didn't
bet on
didn't
that.
did,
how you
did, didn't you didn't you have a podcast called Fourth and Goal though?
know?
Yeah, with Uncle Lou, and then for a while it was with VicTube.
Yeah, it's first and goal though.
I got Ole Miss beating LSU in my pick'em, but I could change it if you want me.
You don't have to change nothing.
If you want me to.
No, I don't want you to. You know why?
Good.
Because you're a LSU hater. Last year,
I'm
yes, you
not a
were.
hater.
Yes, you are.
So if I pick,
Just because
Last
they're a
year,
rival of
I picked them to
Alabama,
win the SEC. Hold on, Ballard. I picked LSU
I'm not a hater.
to. I picked LSU to go 11-1 and win the SEC championship last year and make the playoffs and go on to the championship. I predicted that. I was
did that work
definitely
out?
wrong. I was wrong,
Yeah.
but I can pull up the clip. You were calling me crazy, which I was, but it's okay.
you know who was crazy last year?
It was a crazy pick. I mean, I'm not saying that because it's LSU. I'm just saying you sounded crazy at the time. Again.
Don't know about what that was.
So
I was.
now you're picking against LSU this time. You're making me pick LSU this time, and Lane Kiffin made me pick LSU. I mean, I don't think Ole Miss is backup quarterback has what it takes against LSU defense. It's just not. It's not clocking to me.
And if he does,
Then I'll be wrong. Then I'll be wrong. Then I'll be wrong.
what if I pick Ole Miss?
And we'll do a show next week.
Are you gonna call me a
Mayhem
hater
can say-
too?
Yes.
Mayhem
Hey,
can
you
say
know.
on the next show, and I was wrong. Every time he talks, he can say a statement regarding college football and say, and by the way, I was wrong.
Hey, I've been I've been wrong like how many times on this channel? I don't
A
even.
lot.
I mean, yeah, you have too, by the way. But anyways,
Yeah.
we're not gonna talk about that.
You gotta tell them about how I almost converted you to Alabama, bro.
No,
No.
we're gonna
That's
tell
what-
we're gonna tell Ballard the story of Penn State man getting me so upset.
Mhm.
This is golden for YouTube, by the way. This is actually golden.
Let's do it.
So last year, about 2 years, just about 2 years, I'm gonna say 2 years ago, right?
Mhm.
I met Penn State man at a job I used to work at, right? And you know, he was getting into college football, and he told me that he likes Penn State, and I said okay. So then this past year, I told him that I wanted to watch college football with him, and react to the games, with each other and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So this dude, he loves a good underdog story. I believe it, right? He loves predicting, like, what if, like, he asked me, like, okay, so it was Alabama versus Vanderbilt last year. And he was like, so who's going to win the game? I said Alabama, because obviously I thought they were going to win for sure. I didn't know they were going to lose, but then this dude, he was like, so what if Vanderbilt wins? Then that means Vanderbilt's a powerhouse. And I said, no, that's not what that means, right? So then what ended up happening was Vanderbilt won, of course. So then, like, the whole entire season, this guy is preying on Alabama's downfall, like, really hard. This dude is really, like, every single game, he's like, Bama's losing. I'm like, bro, no, they're not. And
Mhm.
it got him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate Alabama. Right?
No.
But I love the SEC. I love the SEC, right? And I got so mad because every single week is like, Alabama's gonna lose. Alabama's gonna lose, right? And I'm like, bro, was really pissing me off, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not even an Alabama fan, but I was actually cheering for Bama every week secretly. I turned into a closet Bama fan because of this man.
Like and subscribe to the channel, please. Thank you.
Why?
All right. I can clip that now.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get me watch hours, baby. Let's go.
But here's the thing, right? Tomorrow,
Mhm.
different story, buddy.
No.
Bama's going down
No.
in this old Athens,
no.
Georgia town.
No, I'm gonna tell you where Alabama's going. They're gonna go up, up, because they're sick of being down, down, down.
Listen, coming down the track, by the way. But
Okay.
anyways, so all right, this show has definitely went off the rails, but it's okay. But
Yeah, that went over. That went over like a pregnant pole vaulter.
but I know what you're gonna say, Ballard,
Mhm.
because you say it every week. Oh,
What?
what is what's the similarities between Georgia and a sand castle? Oh, they all look good until the tide rolls in.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna say that, but guess what?
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm one step ahead of you. Just like Georgia's gonna be one step ahead of Alabama next week. Tomorrow. Sorry.
You only think that they're finally gonna win against us because they're at home.
33 home game win streak so far. I
It's
think that's
more than that.
it is the 33 home game winning streak. 2019 was the last time we lost versus South Carolina. What are you doing? What are you doing? And we are 50-1 in the last. In the last 50 games, we're 49-1 in the last 50 home games. So, buddy, you're cooked. You're not 2019 Ellis. You're not 2019 South Carolina. Well, you might be a little bit better, but whatever. But because that was under Muschamp, and yeah, I think he got fired like the next season after that. But anyways, getting off the topic. Let's talk about Georgia versus Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Crimson lied. Listen,
Lied.
y'all. Yeah,
Ain't
because
nobody telling lies here yet.
well, the only lie you're going to tell, well, you're going to tell an accidental lie. You're going to say that Bama's going to win. Because I saw your preview and prediction. Ain't no way.
No,
Okay, let's
you don't
talk. Let's
watch
talk
my
about that real
games.
quick. Ain't no way Georgia's only going to score 13 points. What was you drunk?
Hold on. Did you not see I gave us 17 and I said it was going to be a defensive game? You don't think that could happen?
It will not happen. Number one, I can see Georgia's
They gon'
defense. I can
they
see
gon'
Georgia's I can see Georgia's defense getting a lot better from what they did versus Tennessee, but that's still a young group of guys in the secondary. Y'all are going to score points, but we're also going to score a lot of points too. Y'all are undisciplined, and y'all are not going to hold Georgia to 13 points. You done lost your mind, or you done bumped your head. What about Teddy Bear Williams? What do you think about him?
I mean, if he's fully healthy and ready to go, I mean, he can have his binky with all I care. Like,
What's with y'all
this
and these?
guy's gonna break out.
I got the question. What's with y'all and these guys with last name Williams carrying around binkies and teddy bears? Like, what's with Alabama? Is that what the standard is now at Alabama?
Don't judge a man that just needs a little old hug, okay?
I mean, yeah, I know. What was that defensive guy? Will Will Anderson talking about
What
some.
about him?
I had anxiety. And
He
then this
never no.
he did that. What are you talking about?
Prove it.
I wish I had my computer. I would definitely share a screen
I
and
wish I had. Oh, if only I had my computer, I'd show you the proof. Yeah, right.
I'll tag you in a post on Twitter later. Don't worry about it. And then next time we do the thing, and after Georgia loses, actually, that's gonna be the thing, right? Whenever Georgia wins, on the next touchdowns live stream, we're not going to do the regular intro. The intro is going to be Will Anderson up there in the press conference talking about something. I had some anxiety. That's why I couldn't be a winner. Like, we had some anxiety. We don't know what was going on. And then the next clip is going to be Binky Williams, Roydell Williams, which, by the way, took a massive L today because he's on Florida State now, running back.
Yeah.
Is he still wearing a binky? Let me know. Anyways, also, we're going to follow by the next clip of Ryan Williams.
Roll Tide!
We got hold on. He got the clip. Hold on.
Wait, what?
Definitely, I think we probably just had a lot of anxiety. We didn't have the same intensity that, we had a couple of weeks ago.
See?
Oh God.
We just had some anxiety. No, y'all suck. And Alabama's
Mayhem,
going
do
down.
me a favor. Do me a favor and do
I will
Put
hit
all
the
this
line.
negative bullshit.
Hey, that's a good one. Hey,
Yeah, I will hit the like and subscribe. I'm already subscribed to Ballard Sports Media, but
he said,
I will
"Put
hit.
all
I
this
will.
negative bullshit."
But like for real though, let's get into some numbers here.
Yeah, let's actually dive in. Like trash talk aside, Mayhem. Let's talk up this game. Like for real.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead. I've already
Yeah.
talked enough. You go first.
Yeah, man. A lot of different games to watch and look out for this weekend, but we got to go ahead and get into Alabama, Georgia. I think it's safe to say I do believe Georgia's a better team coming into it. 2.5 point spread favors the Dogs at Sanford Stadium in Athens. Alabama hasn't been there in 10 years. Alabama also lost a rough game to Florida State, who just lost tonight. I can't even do it with a straight face, man. They lost to Virginia. By God, Virginia. Um, but looking at the ESPN analytics, point spread, and everything, it all favors Georgia here. And I'll even admit, man, in my preview video, I kind of did some trash talk towards the end and picked Bama to win. But if I'm being honest, Mayhem, it would not shock me the least bit if Georgia found a way to get it done. I think they're the better team. Alabama, can they win out after this? Maybe. We'll see. The path to an SEC title is going to be hard. I mean, you're basically playing for what could be the rest of your season in this game right here. I mean, would you agree for both teams?
Yeah. So I'm on. Did you ask me a question?
Yeah.
What was it?
Would you agree with me that both teams are basically playing a game that's going to shape the rest of their season?
Shape it or shake it?
Shape.
S.
SHAPE.
Oh, shape it. I feel like Georgia already played that game
Okay.
versus Tennessee. I think. Now I will say that this game will definitely tell me if our defense is going to look as trash as it did for the rest of the season. So in that regards, yes, it could shape that. But I think our offense has been battle tested versus a really good defense in Tennessee. Well, I mean, I still think they're a good defense. I know they gave up a lot of points, and I know they gave up a lot of points in other games as well. But I didn't call them a great defense, but they have a good one. It's not like elite or great, but it's good, right? They have a pretty good defense. But
honestly, I mean,
do.
could you say the same? Could you say the same about Alabama? I'm not even trolling. Like, I mean,
No, I'm
I
serious.
feel like
Yeah.
it's improved.
Well, I think Alabama and Tennessee have I'm talking about as far as talent goes, right? I'm not talking about
Okay.
this. I'm not talking about the schemes. I'm not talking about the play calling, or I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about straight up talent. I think Alabama and Tennessee have very similar talent on defense. Yes, and I think we've already been through that offensively with Georgia, and we know what to expect from Alabama. We're going to expect for them to bring their A++ game, and we're going to expect Kalen DeBoer to, bring up new plays. Speaking of new plays, versus Tennessee, Georgia had 11 brand new plays that was drawn up this year from their offensive playbook. 11 brand new plays Georgia has never ran before on anybody, and that definitely played to our advantage. We had a few guys over 20 something points were scored by transfer athletes. Zachariah Branch, our best wide receiver on the team. He's going to be a huge addition to this game for sure. I think Bro might be the fastest wide receiver on the football field. And I know that's saying something because y'all do have Ryan Williams. Y'all do have I'm always drawing a blank on the dude's name, but I think he is actually y'all's
Jeremy
best.
Bernard.
Yeah, Jeremy Bernard. I do think he's better than Ryan Williams. That's just my opinion. But y'all got two really talented wide receivers. No trolling aside, all trolling aside, I really do believe y'all have two amazingly elite, talented wide receivers. Ty Simpson, though, he looked good versus some cans of corn, but he just really didn't impress me a whole lot versus Florida State. And he looked really good versus Wisconsin, but they're not the Wisconsin of like 2017, 2018. You know what I mean? They're not that Wisconsin. They're not a great team at all. They're not even a good team. They're a can of corn. So, look good versus that. Yeah, that's a powerful opponent. You got to give them a little bit of respect, but this is really going to test y'all's quarterback. If this quarterback comes out and looks like, better than Jalen Milroe, then yeah, Georgia might be cooked. I ain't gonna lie, because y'all have two talented, elite wide receivers and a really good quarterback. Oh yeah, Georgia might be cooked. As far as y'all's run game, this is, and I'm gonna say this about Georgia too. So don't get mad at me, right? But the Alabama's run game is not the same. Y'all don't have, y'all don't have the same run game that y'all used to have with Derrick Henry, right? And
Or Najee or anybody.
Najee Harris. Yeah, y'all don't have them guys anymore. Georgia, I'm gonna say that about Georgia. Georgia doesn't have a Nick Chubbs. Georgia doesn't have a Todd Gurley. Georgia doesn't have even a Noshawn Marino or a Sony Michel or any of them guys. Georgia doesn't have that halfback right there, that running back, right?
Right.
Yeah, we do. We do every time we do think that we have one, they get injured. Georgia's injury prone at the running back position for some reason. So we had last year we had both of the Robinson guys. They were hurt all season. I believe one hit the transfer portal. One is still at Georgia. Rob Robinson. Sorry. Anyways, the what's his name? Yeah, I think it's Rob Robinson or something like that.
Roderick.
Roderick. Yeah. He's been injured ever since last year. He's like, bro was supposed to be one of our better running backs of this year, but I really like Dwight Phillips Jr. I love him. I love Nate Frazier, but he's not been that back that can break tackles a whole lot this year. So, I don't know what to think of him too much. And then we have that transfer running back that I think his number is 35. I can't remember his name because he is new. But he's looking really good. He looked really good in the Tennessee game whenever I went there to watch. But time will tell on that. But I'm gonna just break this down really quick. Alabama, Georgia, better quarterback. I'm going with Gunnar Stockton. Better wide receivers. I think as a whole talent of wide receivers, I think Georgia's got the better receivers. But I think y'all have the best receiver in either Ryan Williams or the other dude, right? I think y'all do have two really talented wide receivers, but Georgia has. So y'all have two elite wide receivers, Georgia has one elite wide receiver and a bunch of really good wide receivers, right? That's kind of the so I'm leaning towards more Georgia with the wide receiver core, which I know that's crazy to say that, but I guess I am, since I feel like a gunner will have more people to throw it to. That's the best way I can explain that.
Right.
But as far as like who has the more talented receiver, obviously it's Alabama. Y'all have two elite ones. We only have one elite one, but I feel like we have wide receivers that are playmaking wide receivers that can change the game, right? That even though they're not elite, they're great players that can move the ball downfield, and you know, Gunner can pass it more than just two wide receivers. Maybe that's all Alabama needs to win this game is two wide receivers, but I think Gunner and then Georgia's wide receivers. I think total offensive package, I'm going to go with Georgia. Total defensive package, right now, I think Alabama's secondary is a little bit better than Georgia's, but y'all haven't really faced uh, explosive offense like we have versus Tennessee. Y'all will be tested this tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and say Bama right now because from what I've seen, I can only go by what I've seen. I think Bama right now has the slight better defense. It's not a whole lot better, but it is better a little bit. And since you're predicting a really defensive game here, 17-13, if they do have two really defensive, uh, team, if we do get a defensive battle, then yeah, I think Bama probably win this game. All kidding aside, but I do think we're going to be in a shootout here, and I don't think Bama wins in a shootout. I just don't see it. I think we are going to put up some points. We're going to get into the 30s. Did you know Kirby Smart is 60-0 when scoring 35 points or more in the game? So he's undefeated. If he scores 35 points, he wins the game. And lucky for you, I believe that Georgia will score 35. I think I think I'm ready to make a score prediction here. Y'all gonna score points because I still don't believe in Georgia's. I don't believe in Georgia's defense right now. I believe in their fronts. Their front seven. I just don't believe in that secondary. We have some really good linebackers as well. We have elite wide linebackers. We need to be able to get to the quarterback. If we can get to the quarterback, we're going to win pretty with ease. Let me get you a score here. Oh, let me see. We're not going to score. We're definitely not going to score as much as we did versus Tennessee, but I'll say probably like a touchdown below that. So we had 44. So 35. I'm going to say 38. I think that's a good number. 38 to 38-30. Yep, 38-30. Georgia wins. And I think crowd's going to be definitely. Oh, I forgot about that. That's the main thing. Well, it ain't the main thing, but crowd. This is a night game for Georgia. Lane Kiffin, by the way, this is a night game for Georgia. They always get the night games. But anyways, I'm trolling. But anyways, yeah, I think Georgia's going to win 38-30, and the crowd's going to be into it. Crowd's definitely going to be into it, 100%. It's going to be electric, and I'm gonna be there. My first night game at Georgia ever. I'm going.
Are you in Georgia right now, or are you driving first thing
No,
in the morning?
I'm driving first thing in the morning. It's not, if game day's not going.
Send us some pictures, man, for real.
Yeah, game day's not going to be there, but SEC Nation will be. We're not going to that. But
be like, hey, Paul.
Yeah. Now they will have Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan there tomorrow, which If
Oh,
honestly, I would love to see that, but we're just not going to go until in the morning, because also there is tropical storms headed our way, and it's been raining a lot, so we just don't want to drive up there right now. We'll just drive in the morning. It's a night game, so we got plenty of time to drive up there. I know Georgia tailgaters, they're going to be up there early, bright and early in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, tailgating all the way until 7:30 game time. So I already know that, but we already got our parking spot secure. So all we got to do is really avoid traffic, which is going to be almost impossible anyways whenever you go to football games. But I think Georgia has a better offense. Alabama has a better defense, which is
which is
Georgia.
so weird, like, because it's usually flipped.
Yeah, I think this year is just a little bit different. I think this is definitely a weird year, but it's also weird because we're playing in Athens, and we haven't played in Athens since 2015, and then before that was it 2007? So so it's weird to play at Athens, and that's another thing. Y'all's team hadn't even been to Athens ever, so the players in Alabama has never been to Athens, and they don't know how rowdy it gets. I've never been
Yeah.
to a night game. This will be my first night game, but I know how rowdy it gets at other games, and this is going to be even rowdier. It's definitely going to be a sold out crowd, 93,000 strong, yelling and screaming. Y'all better be ready, man. Y'all better be ready. 38-30
I
is my
hope
final
so.
score, though.
Okay. I can roll with it. I don't know, man. Something tells me defense is going to be heavy in this game. I don't know why I feel that way. It's possible, though, right?
Yeah, I just think, is it that you've seen so many Georgia Bama games? And
Yeah, I mean, outside of last year, like, have we really ever had it over 35 points or something at most for a
right,
team?
I think maybe, is it called nostalgia? Maybe when the nostalgia's kind of hitting you, and you're looking at the days of old. We had two really good defenses going at it. I just don't think it's like that this year. I
Yeah.
think if you're going to have to beat Georgia, you're going to have to score 40 points to beat Georgia. I really do, because our defense ain't that good, and ain't as good as it used to be. How about that? I mean, they're still
Ain't as
decent.
good as I once was.
I don't know why. I don't know why I figured you was going to sing that. I literally was thinking that in my mind. I should have said it first, but
I
yeah.
ain't as good as I once was.
Well,
I got a few games on me now.
rest in peace to Toby Keith.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah, man.
But anyways,
Yeah.
you got anything else? I know your score prediction 17-13. Are you sticking with that?
I kind of want to change it. I'm still gonna say Bama gets it done, but I'm gonna type one up, let you talk a little bit, and I'm gonna put it up.
For sure.
I think
So
you've convinced me on something. 31.
so
Um,
right now, Houston is making a little comeback. It's 14-10. Oregon State has
let's
ball.
do. I got you. 31-27 Bama. Could you roll with it?
I can actually roll with that. Yeah, I wasn't really rolling with.
That's legit. That's
Yeah,
legit.
that's way more legit than 17-13. I didn't buy. I wasn't buying that at all.
I'm gonna make it official. I'm gonna make it official on Facebook. Um, let's see. Score prediction is final. Alabama 31, UGA 27.
Yeah. Remember a couple years ago, you actually hit the nail on the head.
It was 2023 SEC title game.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
27. It was 27-24. I was at Walmart working, and I got a text from my mom, and my phone's blowing up that people are like, holy crap, dude, you hit the score. I'm like, what are you talking about? I forgot I even predicted that because I got so caught up in work. But yeah, dude, remember I predicted that because Jalen Milroe won MVP that year for the SEC title game.
Yeah, and Coach Coop, not last weekend, but the weekend before, predicted the exact Miami score the other week. So maybe one of us will hit it this week. We'll see. But you got anything for the show?
Nah, man, I really don't. Just hope it's a good game, and hope. You said you're going to the game, so I guess that means you can't join me for the whole stream tomorrow night. But don't
I will
forget,
I'll definitely be joining you.
Hop in at halftime or something.
Yeah, I
and
would.
then we'll
I
get
will
your
definitely
thoughts.
be hopping in at halftime for sure.
Yeah, man. Well, that I think is going to do it. I love all you guys. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. Mayhem, let you have the final words. Roll Tide.
Go Dogs.
From his family.
Was out on the field pretty much the whole entire first half.
Got a lot of great games. I'm highlighting 2 SEC games.